but I don't think they should call him the leader or call him like the main turtle. They should.
Michelangelo's my favorite turtle, but Leo's clearly the leader.
So we recently saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Out of the Shadows, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it, yeah.
Great intro.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Good job, Mark. Good job.
Not Mark's.
So yeah, what'd you guys think of it?
That's it. Throw the ball.
I'm throwing it. We're going right at it. Not playing around. We're not beating around the bush. We're going straight to it. We saw the movie. I enjoyed it. So let's talk about it.
I loved it, but I think that the movie is made really for fans from the original TV show. I think it's specifically centered for them.
Yeah, I felt that a lot of the dialogue was cartoony. I don't know, like I think I have just this one scene in particular where I don't know if Amel. I didn't watch Arrow personally, so I don't know if he's a good actor. But there was this one scene where he goes, "My name's Casey Jones, and one day I'll be a detective." And I was like, "Holy shit! This is probably targeted." That's where I felt where it was targeted for a younger audience, or maybe like a more older audience with like background in the subject of Ninja Turtles. So I don't know where I was going with that, but basically, I felt it was for a younger audience, and because of this scene, but it was very good.
Do you feel it's because of the way he was speaking? Because he doesn't sound like that in Arrow at all. I don't watch the show Arrow at all. I think it's not very good. But from what I have seen of it, he's very like he makes his voice deeper, and he's very like, we have to stop so and so.
Really. I mean, yes, you're right. He changes his voice. He's more.
I'm Batman.
Stoic. He's literally.
Yeah, does he sound? Like does he sound genuine?
At some point in the season, he played the role of Oliver Queen and not the Arrow. And when he is that goofy like millionaire, then he like exactly like Casey Jones.
Yeah, but that's not the tone of his voice. Exactly. What I'm talking is does he sound genuine in Arrow? Because now I felt like either he was a bad actor or it was a director's choice that they made.
Or he was very cartoony, He was very cartoony in the movie. Yeah. So
he was like an older guy playing a teenager with a teenager attitude and all that. Like I want to be a detective.
The choice on that. I think it's really because of the director that said you should act or say exactly that.
Yeah, it's okay. I felt that it was a good move from them to point the Teenage Mutant TMNT to a younger audience, something more understandable for them.
Not totally young audience because
either. Yeah, also that's fine.
Still Megan Fox on the movie
in the schoolgirl outfit at the beginning.
And that's another point. No, it was okay, but that's the problem with Megan Fox being April O'Neil is that I feel April O'Neil is the cute and strong character, but she felt like a not a
whoa. Did you watch the 90s cartoon? Yes. How long ago?
That's it. I don't know, like
how long ago? In the 90s.
I mean,
because I'm rewatching it, and she's not a strong character. She's a bit of an idiot.
Okay. all right.
Not the name drop or anything like that, but she's always there to cover a story in the cartoon, and she can use her computers to find stuff in the Ninja Turtles and stuff like that, but she's never like a strong character. I think the strongest character...
strong like Shredder strong. I'm
No.
Like a stand-up woman, basically.
She's not that much in the cartoon. The more standout character is Splinter.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I have a bad memory. I mean, a good memory of what she was, but I felt they should have put a strong female character instead of a dumb wit with.
Well, yes, but the movie is not about her anyway.
No, it's about
It's
the
like
four
about the
turtles.
turtles.
Yeah.
And here's
Oh,
that's
like-
where I feel they changed it from the first to the second movie, because I feel in this one, although she's not all the human characters are not as used as they were in the first movie. It was more about the turtles this one. While in the first one it was about April finding the turtles and then they're working together to stop Shredder. While in this one it was straight on about the turtles.
It was because they were in the shadow, and these ones are out of the shadows.
Out of the shadows. You know, so I feel that the human characters were there to serve their purpose, while the brothers had their moment in the spotlight, because that's what the movie's about them this time. Something that I want to note, though, is that about both April O'Neil and Casey Jones is that in the first movie, well, both movies play out very similarly. Is that there's a human character who discovers the turtles and then starts trying to rationalize it and explain it to people, and then they don't believe it, they get fired or something. It happened with April in the first one. She starts going, and Megan Fox, she was trying in that movie, and good for her. But but she's trying to be all like sporadic and like, oh no, look at this, trying to connect the dots, but she's not that great an actress. So, while in this one it's Casey Jones that was doing it, and him too. Like Stephen Amell is like an okay actor, and him too. He's like, oh, there was these guys in a garbage truck, and this, that, and the other thing, and everyone thinks they're crazy, and they fire them and go on their way until the turtles actually end up being real. And the movies follow along that, at the beginning at least, that similar plot line. But this one, like you guys said, it does feel like it's more geared towards the people who know the turtles and are fans of the cartoons, old and new. I enjoyed it. It was better than the first one. The first one I liked. This one was better. They're still not fantastic movies, but I still really enjoyed it.
Well, I liked the first one, but I rewatched it after seeing the second one, and man, they changed a lot visually for the turtles in this one, and they did such a better job, and it felt like a better movie. Again, it's really cartoony, like the whole thing with Shredder being transported to this place, because they don't really mention where it's from, and he talks to Krang, and then all of a sudden he teams up with Krang like nobody's business and goes and does what Krang wants him to do. The Shredder from the first one, I don't think would have done that.
No, I don't think so either.
But I think the Shredder from the second one is actually more accurate in this term, where yes, he's supposed to be a supreme leader, but he always obeys. He doesn't obey. What I'm saying is, he always makes dumb decisions of like partnerships. Like if you read comics or even past movies, yeah, exactly. He makes dumb decisions, and then in the back there's always Karai, who's always like picking up the pieces of. He's supposed to be like a strong leader, but he's pretty dumb making decisions.
Well, and I think that's where
it's pretty accurate in there. Yeah,
I think that's more where their cartooniness of the show is. It's that he's a villain, but it's like, oh, he's the bad guy. when they tried to bring that sort of realistically to the movie. I preferred the first. I like the actor, Brian Lee, I think his name is, or Brian something. Yeah, Brian something. Brian T. I like him as an actor, but I did not like him in the role as Shredder. I preferred the guy from the first movie.
I wish they explained the transition from the guy in the first movie to this one.
Oh yeah, totally.
I don't think there is one. I think it's just we're just supposed to imagine that it's been the same guy the whole time.
No, yeah. There is none. There was no reason, but I would have liked.
Yeah, of course.
Just an explanation of say when the ooze touched him, maybe that's what caused it, what fixed it, what made him younger, healed him, but didn't heal his scars, whatever.
Mysterious son.
Well, that's the thing. Because the Earth's yellow sun, because his scars are there, but they're not as prominent as they were in the first one. They're all they're very red and not fresh, but deep, like they were deep gashes. While in this, they look like they've been stitched and healed, but they're still there. I find, but it doesn't explain why he got shorter, why he got younger, and why he got more hair, and how his scars healed so much.
And how come he doesn't speak Japanese anymore?
For some reason, yeah, for whatever reason, he doesn't speak.
Well, he learned it in prison.
He learned it. Yeah. He spoke English
He's a
in the
master
first movie.
strategist. So.
He spoke English in the first movie. It was just it was a broken English, you know? And
Not
he
at the
spoke more
beginning.
Japanese.
He was speaking a lot of Japanese. Like the whole line,
he is
"Tonight I'm
Japanese,
going to
right?
dine on turtle soup" was all in Japanese.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I really enjoyed that. It felt more... Maybe that's why it went from more realistic in the first movie to more cartoony in this one.
But yeah, I like that too. I like that he spoke Japanese in the first one because it made it make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike, the turtles learning karate from a book. But anyways.
Yeah. All right, so what do you think of Bebop and Rocksteady?
I thought they were
Seamus
perfect.
is a really good actor.
Yeah.
Seamus,
Oh, yeah.
Seamus, besides being a wrestler, he turned
I
out to
love
be a
Bebop.
really good actor. Bebop,
awesome.
I don't know the actor's name, but he did a great job too.
They were direct cast from the cartoon. They were
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
They're idiots
exactly.
from the cartoon. Not from the comic book. They're a little more educated in the comic book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well educated.
But I
Or
feel all the
more-
characters.
Sorry?
Huh?
I felt like all the characters were actually very accurate. I mean, most of them, including Shredder, Bebop, and Rocksteady.
Krang.
Krang, yes,
Krang.
yes, very accurate. All the turtles.
But again, very accurate of the original TV show.
Okay,
Yeah.
one thing to
The
note though
turtles-
with Krang though, sorry to cut you off, John, but one thing to note with
Problem.
Krang, in the promo shots that we got of him, he had a bald head. In the movie, he didn't have the bald
Oh
head.
yeah, I noticed that.
It's
They
true.
cut it out. They have you just see the pipes in his head. You don't see the
Yeah,
bald head.
yeah.
I was kind of
For the
upset.
android, you mean?
Yeah,
For the android? Yeah, okay.
I was kind of upset with that.
Oh,
It's a little
No, no.
detail.
And that's you being picky because
I know,
there was
I
nothing
know.
wrong with
I was
that.
upset with that, but when we got the eyeball that came out of the Technodrome,
Yeah. Yes. Shit. Yeah.
I'm good.
I was surprised of like the Technodrome, like the round shape, the eye, and everything. I was like, wow, they took it directly from the book.
And
Yeah.
the eye is not even on the toy release of it.
Yeah, and like when there's like all the weapons.
Yeah, they had all the black. Oh, it was. Oh, I was.
And
Oh,
I know that when Leonardo cuts off one of his arms and he brings back another one and
Yeah.
has like the ball and chain, it's like it's like that little bit is like directly from one of the episodes with Krang or something.
well, Krang had
reading-
interchangeable hands,
Yeah.
but his
Like,
hands
you only
went and then popped out with a new hand.
So like you only see it for a split second in the movie, but it's a nice little reference to the cartoon and I don't know, maybe even the comics, but on how he could switch his hands out whenever he wanted to.
I would have liked to have seen more of that jail cell that Krang had in the Technodrome. After
Yeah.
freezing Shredder and
Maybe
putting him
going
in there.
slower.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, he freezes Shredder and puts him into this little collection with other frozen characters, and we don't see who they are. And that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool to see. Is he like that in the cartoon or something? Because I don't know, I'm not 100% familiar with the
No.
character.
No, you actually never see. Oh, you mean the character or the Technodrome?
Both,
No, yeah.
Krang.
You see the Technodrome, but Krang. Krang is he's always been
That's what I
like
mean.
that. Like always.
Does
the
he have
same
like a
around.
collection of people or?
No,
aliens?
that's the thing. You don't
So
see
that's-
inside the Technodrome. You only see the outside.
Yeah.
And
Well, you
Yeah.
see the command center part of the Technodrome, but the Technodrome is so huge, they've never gone to every single room. There's that teleportation thing inside to go from Earth and back in the cartoon.
Yeah.
So
But
do you think that they did that Frozen Shredder thing and showed all those characters to maybe set up a third movie?
That's
with
possible.
Krang as the-
that's what I was thinking.
With
Yeah,
Krang
I'm
as the
actually
vil-
thinking that because
With Krang-
at some point he's gonna have to get out of there, right?
Yeah, Krang is the villain again, but more prominent in the movie, and maybe even the turtles on the ship doing something,
or
and then
or
Shredder
Well, when Krang
Yeah.
left the planet, he did that like classic bad guy thing. I will come back,
Next time,
turtles,
bad
or
guy.
something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a mad, with
Yeah.
the cat.
like
Almost.
classic cliche bad guy quote.
yeah, I'll get you next.
But I could see him
Something like
probably sending other monsters over to Earth. The turtles start battling it. Then we find out that it's all tied into Krang, and Krang actually has another, I don't know, transportation over to Earth. And then there's Dimension X and all that. I would love to see that.
Mhm.
and then Turtles in Time, and then
And then the third movie is shit again.
The third one's always the worst.
I really want to see Triceratons though. I really wish that would be the next villains. Like the Krang's kind of slave species. They're not slave. They're mostly like partners. But anyway, it's
They're
I don't know how to bring
Triceratops.
it, but- yeah,
oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
and it would make
You
sense.
have one
because
more?
Not nearby. If it's not nearby, don't worry about it. I would like to see the Robo Turtle. Like I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe
Oh, Metalhead.
Metalhead. And
Metalhead,
maybe he was like created by Krang or something just to like go and fight the turtles, and he can beat all four of them for a bit because he's the new villain.
You know what I was expecting in a movie, Mark? Like I don't know if you had it. The Ralph with that.
I remember those actually. Yeah.
That's a Triceraton. Raph with
You know,
what?
like the stealth Raph with like the blazer, the coat.
The trench coat and the fedora.
Yeah, the trench
Oh,
coat.
yeah.
Yeah, what we got
I
cut
would
out of the
like to
first
see
movie?
Yeah, it was in the
Yeah.
first movie, and they cut it out.
I do have him, but I don't know where he
It's
is.
okay, Mark. I know.
Mark, don't worry about it.
Like, so you remember this? Yes, I have it.
Sure.
But something I really liked about the movie is the perfect contrast of all the brothers.
Mhm.
Each had
I
their
love that.
very distinctive personality, and it was very accurate.
And
Like,
and I feel that it was very visual in the turtles' look, because I felt like in the
Yeah.
first movie they were all very, like relatively the same size.
And Donatello is like really skinny. But,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And then for this one, Donatello is like super thin and super short. Michelangelo's kind of average. Raphael
Raphael
is
is incredibly
huge. He's like as if he like works out all the time, and then Leonardo's kind of like fit but like
Athletic,
super balanced and athletic. It's
And who Leonardo?
personalities.
Leonardo's the leader, Jonathan.
yeah, no, I don't accept that. It's not because they say it. This is not accurate.
Because the
Why?
cartoon even says it too.
Yeah.
Leonardo always been the leader.
Yeah, Leo's the
Yeah,
leader. Okay,
but-
wait, what is your argument for that? What are you talking about?
I don't like the fact that we centralize the focus on one of the turtles. It's supposed to be a group, a team. And
I mean, to be fair, Splinter's the
but-
leader.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Every
But
team needs a leader.
But that's not how what I'm saying is that as an audience, I would like for people to choose their main turtle, and that's the argument we used to that I used to have with Mark is that the main turtle is depending on the person who watches it.
We are 4 people here, and each one of us has a different turtle.
Michelangelo.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's why I
You're
don't think they
Michelangelo,
should
you're
call
Donatello,
him-
you're Raphael.
That's why I don't think they should call him the leader or call him like the main turtle. They should.
Oh, Michelangelo's my
You
favorite
understand?
turtle, but Leo's clearly the leader. But Michelangelo's my favorite turtle.
Yeah.
Leo's my favorite, but yes, he's also the leader.
I see what you're saying, though. I understand what
Yeah,
you're
but I think he's the leader, but he's also useless. Personally.
I don't think Raph could lead.
No.
Raph is too much of a
No,
hothead.
but it's not about leading. It's about who's the.
Organizer.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't be able to do anything without
Also known in the workplace as
Donatello.
the team leader.
They would be able to do stuff without Donatello, but not as quickly.
Oh, I
Because-
think they would struggle. They would probably fail right away. Like it's.
They need someone to call the shots that knows everything fast enough with like enough responsibility or whatever to do it.
Yeah.
And Leo is the best at it.
Right.
I think Donnie could be as well if he wanted to. It's just that he'd rather just
Yeah.
no pun intended, but stay in his shell and like work on his computer.
Which
and
they
stuff.
did in the
Yeah.
movie, eh?
Yeah.
Which
What?
I like to see.
Oh yeah.
They went,
Oh yeah.
Falling down the waterfall. Yeah, that was good.
but they did it also too. Raph said they asked Raph to do it. And he's like, "Oh, it hurts when I do that." And he goes, and you just hear that noise.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that was good.
That's such a good movie. I love the movie.
There was something I was going to bring up, and I forgot what it was. And it was about the brothers. Damn it.
Something I didn't like, but I understand why they did, is that it's really cliche now. It's like at the end of the movie, they had to work together as a team, as
That's what I
brothers.
was
You know,
going to bring up.
I understand, but it's so cliche now.
They were gonna they kept hinting as if Leo and Raph were gonna fight at some point in the movie, and then they didn't. And then they find out Donatello finds out that the purple ooze could turn them into humans, and Leo decides to not tell Michelangelo and Raphael, and they find out like a second later, and they do the whole split off and then have to come together to work together, as you're saying, yeah. But I mean, it kind of doesn't that happen in the first?
Not going to reinvent the wheel either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, doesn't it happen?
That's the main story. That's the main story of the Turtles, right? It's the brother love, like fighting together, and it's the main. Yeah. It's always going to be the main story of the.
Yes, but that's something what I've seen in the first one, and then move on, and then
Yeah, because it felt like
it's really redundant now.
But then what's the point after that? Oh yeah, they work so well together that they don't even need to struggle. No,
but they could have ended it off with. They could have ended it off with a fight and have Raph go off and do his own thing like they did in the animated movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like just say like I know you're a strong leader, but I have different views and blah blah blah, and we're still family, but I need to find my direction or something like that. And that's sort of how he leaves the team temporarily to go off and do his own thing.
Be the Night Watcher, like in the animated.
Yeah.
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 There's a series I recommend. It's Bad Moon Rising. Raphael Bad Moon Rising.
Oh, it's a
very
mini
good series. Yeah,
it's a
4-part. It's dark and it's good.
So overall,
so final review.
Yeah. I really liked it.
Go Steven.
I loved it. I thought I was best.
Oh.
Well, I didn't know who was going next.
Go, Mark.
That's not bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I like.
I really loved the movie. It was great.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. I love this.
Yep.
I will probably go see it again.
You say that about every movie. Is it better than what was the last movie we watched? X-Men?
It was better than
I
X-Men.
think it was better. Yeah, it was better than X-Men.
It was better. I enjoyed it more than X-Men.
Is it better than Batman v Superman?
Everything's better than Batman v Superman.
No, I think I prefer Batman v Superman over
Oh,
TMNT.
God.
I like TMNT better.
I really like BVS. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
it's okay.